wanted to idle the truck at like I started at 3 o'clock, but I shut it off a whole night. Minus 12 Celsius, right? Not too bad, but and I filled up in Canada at Husky. Normally Canadian diesel, you don't need any additives, you know, because otherwise it just would freeze at the pump, right? But I noticed that, yeah, this oil is not good. It started much easier last winter when I used Shell 5W30 full synthetic. And you see my odometer says 310 in kilometers. And I marked it down in my little to-do list that last time I did the oil change, it was at 270,000 kilometers. So 40,000 kilometers just passed pretty much. And the only thing is, this is Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, Flying J. And okay, let's see if my cruise control will work. Okay, yeah, sometimes when it's very cold, you cannot set the and you see the pressure, like I did not have this with that full synthetic. You see how it's over 80. You know, that's how you can blow gaskets and seals, you know, like this oil is just too thick. So I don't want to idle it at a high RPM, but you see, like it's, come on, it's even going. Okay. Yeah, I don't want the engine to die on me, but I just wanted to show you guys this is what you have to deal with in winter. And no, I don't need your advice. I know how to start the engine. It did start. All it needs is good oil, and when it's cold you have to don't be lazy, and you have to wake up probably around 3 or 4. But I only shut it down around like 9 o'clock, you know, yesterday. So I thought I would see what happens. So it was shut down from 9 to 9. Yeah, that's not good. That's too much. 12 hours in this cold. And yesterday everything was freezing, and while it's idling, so let me show you the machine. So yeah, I did wash it yesterday. Like, the guys only charged me 75 bucks Canadian, which is amazing, you know. Like, I thought they would charge me like 200 bucks. It was so dirty, and the guy had to use a shovel, you know, and like a pick, and I was trying to help, and they were all covered in mud. But you know, after the machine was sitting there for an hour, it barely started melting, you know, like these guys. And they had to use kind of like, one of his hoses looked like a fire hose, you know. It had the round thing on the back, and the guy was holding it on his shoulder, like really high pressure. So highly recommended. You know, if you're passing with a machine and you have to cross over here, so it's a dealer. I think I mispronounced their name. It's not TMS, I think it's TMC. But anyway, they're just opposite the Flying J on this main highway here when you go through town towards the border. But let me show you what they did. If you remember, there was mud everywhere here. It was all baked. It was all frozen, you know. They did as much as they could. This stuff was just, you know, all this was dirty, right? And I couldn't start the machine. So I got away with a cheap rate for the wash, but the same dealer got me with a flip axle. You can never win, you know, when you're owner operator. But of course, it's my own stupidity. It just, I didn't want to run like this through Ontario, right? I'm still not sure how, you know, if that would be legal to lift I can lift this axle. And so I left it here, right? And the machine would not start, and I had to pay the guys, you know, to use a forklift, and they couldn't go outside because their forklift had very small wheels, so we had to do it inside. I had to back like part of the trailer inside. It took them, that's what they charged me for. They charged me 2.5 hours of labor, 2 guys, to basically lift it like it was, take it inside the shop, and then flip it, and then move it like this to position it so that all the pins go in. It was crazy, and they couldn't flip it off the trailer because the boom was in the way. You know, the way I loaded it, the boom was almost touching the axle. I really sometimes hate this flip axle, but I think from now on I'm not gonna touch it. That's what the guy told me. He says most guys just leave it on the ground. So, but then, you know, like when you're empty, you can get a ticket, because over here I'm like 79 feet 11 inches, you know. Some states, if you are close, I think like 80 feet, they require an escort, you know, even if you're empty. So I don't know, but what I really should have done is, when the machine was running, just you know, flip it down. So I know sometimes people laugh at me, right? But I'm just telling you, I'm telling you kind of like the real story on trucking. You know, I'm not saying that I'm like the smartest trucker on earth. I'm just giving you kind of like a documentary, so don't judge me, right? So that's why I'm giving you the bad parts together with the good parts, you know. Otherwise I could edit everything and say, hey, you know, I'm like the smartest mother F, you know, on planet Earth. I'm the best trucker ever. Well, we all make mistakes, but you know. But basically, like a friend of mine says, sorry, son in the back. A friend of mine says that he doesn't like dealing with used and old machinery because of this. Because, you know, if this was an old machine like I usually pick up from the factory, right, then no big deal. You just use it, start it, you know, especially when it's warm, right? But now when it's a 2009 Volvo, you know, that's what happens. So I did pay some money, but I got the job done. The machine is ready to cross. I have all the flip axle, I'm all legal. Now we're just warming up the engine. I went to the truck stop. Oh jeez, I forgot to start the heater. Oh, look, the temperature is already above 100. Beautiful. Now it says -9. Are you kidding me? So it's not that cold. And it was cold, so I woke up, so I went inside the truck stop. You know, they have free Wi-Fi, and I needed the plug-in for my laptop. And I did the e-manifest thing. You know, prepared the manifest, prepared the shipment for crossing myself. And then I had to find the broker. The broker hours, you know, a lot of brokers work 24/7. Like you call, there's somebody there. These guys, it's the small brokerage, nobody there. I call, it says for emergencies, you know, dial 9. All I wanted was I wanted to find out the email address so that I don't have to pay for the fax, because on the invoice only it said, it had the name of the broker, their phone, and their fax number, like, you know, 19th century. A lot of them just even, you know, you call and they tell you the email address where you can send the paperwork, so then I don't have to pay, right? But nobody's there. The office only open at 8, and I just went and paid $3, no, $2, because it was one page, $2 plus tax Canadian to fax them this thing. And then I called them around 8:30. I said, do you guys get it? Are you working on it? And the guy says, is your, you know, that code, that SCAC code for the border, is this one? I said, yeah. where was the machine made? He says, I'm almost ready to hit the send button, but to the customs, but that's one piece of information that's missing. And I said, hold on. And while I had him on the phone, I look at the invoice I got from the shipper, like a different one that I have to give to the buyer. Just the invoice for the, you know, for the actual purchase, not for the border. And that one had a handwritten note that said country of origin US, made in Ashland, North Carolina. And the guy says, perfect, that's all I need. So he didn't need any documents, he just needed this information. And then I checked with my website and I see 4 green bars. It says good to go, basically. The manifest is on file, entry number. So again, AutoConnect makes it easy. Thank you, guys and gals. And I think we're good to go. So let me check. I got the money to cross the border because they don't take the cards. Always good idea to check. You know, call the bridge before crossing. That's what I did. They say, yo, we're not that advanced yet, you know. So I got the money. I printed out my ACE e-manifest cover page. I got my passport prepared, right? I got my notepad for the mileage that I have to write down my mileage when I enter Michigan. I got the truck stop, the next stop programmed, only 92 kilometers away, 56 miles away into Michigan. More about that a bit later. I got my hold on. They may ask for it for the bridge, so everything is programmed. The truck is good to go. I think we're good. Except my look at this. The right side works, the left side doesn't. I don't want to deal with this now. Like, there's no dirt on the road, but and I don't have like hot water. Like, what do you clean this with, you know? Because if I have some stuff I can spray, but it'll freeze. You know, maybe I could go in there. Probably that's what I should do. Just pull forward and then run quickly over there to the pumps and clean the window. Brakes. Wow, everything works. Amazing. And for now my pusher axle is up because I'm still in Ontario, but as soon as I hit the bridge I'm gonna put it down. Okay, be right back. And I got coffee. Yeah, it's a girl. Challenger Motor Freight. That's who I started with, guys and girls. It was my first company. That gave a chance to a guy with no experience. They were not perfect. Like, dispatchers had no respect for drivers, you know. But without these guys, I wouldn't have be where I am right now. And that's why I washed the truck, I mean the machine. And so yeah, that's why I switched to another company where the rate was a bit better, but oh, and they allowed me to buy my trailer. So anyway, I'll just show you guys. I'm not gonna do a lot of driving today. I'll let you know a little bit later why. But so I'm gonna show you the glorious town of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada, where people embrace the cold with the warmth of the heart, traditional of Canadians. Like, who would want to live like this? Well, I don't know why I'm complaining. I grew up in Russia, right, where we have this stuff all the time, but that's why I left. One of the reasons I wanted to live in a warmer country. And all my research showed that, like they were saying, Toronto, if you look at the longitude, you know, latitude, whatever, it's more to the south than, let's say, Moscow, Russia. And it does stay warmer, like, longer, you know. Like now, of course, in Toronto it's much warmer than here, but now I'm in the pretty much like northern, at the border with northern Michigan, right? Okay, I think I'm turning right somewhere here. Yeah. If I remember correctly, there's a sign over here that says all trucks to US. How are we doing, guys? So you have your popcorn, everything is ready to go. Yeah, sorry for some of those long videos. I noticed that the viewing numbers, you know, keep, like, the more often I do videos, the less people watch them. So this will be the last video before Monday, okay? So don't get too excited. And there was a stop sign over there. Did you see that? Mr. Snowplow, you should retake your driving exam, you know? The guy just flew by in front of me. Okay, see the yellow sign where there's an airplane, the airport, and it says all trucks to US. All trucks to US, okay. Yeah, because I was here before. I don't cross here too often.
Continue on Ontario 550 West for 2 kilometers.
Okay, and we have a yield sign. So we have to yield to those guys over there. And then just follow the signs. Again, there's another sign, all trucks to US. I like this. I like this when they mark everything, because you see the city did a good thing over here, because they don't want the trucks, you know, to get lost and go on some, you know, city streets. Like, actually one guy once called me, or emailed me rather. He was watching my videos. Some guy from US, and he worked as kind of like in the mayor's office, you know, and he was asking my advice how to make sure that truckers don't go on the roads we're not supposed to be, you know. And I said, that's how. I said, believe it or not, I don't want to go inside the city, you know. I don't want to go through the residential area. Just tell me where to go, and then maybe add a little incentive, like a sign that says, you know, $500 fine, something like that. That would catch my attention. And I told him, I said, you gotta duplicate the sign, like put it, you know, way before the forbidden road, you know, and then one more, and then maybe write one at the end, and then just put that fine number so that people pay attention, you know. And the guy said, okay, Well, I said, yeah, without the fight, people probably wouldn't care, you know. But honestly, for me, I hate going through all these lights, you know. And if I have a signage like this, and I don't want to go in there, you know. So I'm just following the signs. You give me the sign, I will follow the sign. So trucker is not your enemy, Mr. Mayor. Misinformation is your enemy. Give truckers information. That's what we need. Okay, truckers straight. Okay. I think I'll be turning left somewhere here, according to my... Wow, look at this guy. So I'm 11.2. Now I can tell you why I have to shut down for the weekend. So I called the international bridge which connects Michigan and Ontario. Everything is, as we say in Russian, chiki-chiki, you know, cool, A1. Okay, bridge to USA, left, okay. So everything is cool with the bridge. I ask them if they take credit cards or debit cards. They say no. Wow. At least they could have put some salt in here.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Carmen's Way.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Google. Your desire, your wish is my command. Now, where's this guy going? The border is this way, buddy. Looks like he's lost. So they say, no, we're not that advanced, right? Okay, so I go pay $3, no big deal, to some greedy ATM machine owner. $3, but they don't take cards. So that's fine. I said, I'm 11.2. We good? And she says, you're the guy with the YouTube channel. No, I'm kidding. She didn't say that. But she says, yeah, you're good. I said, oversize loads, no problem. I said, don't need to stop and wait for somebody to authorize me. She said, no, you're good to go. Wow. She said, that's cool. Because somebody told me there was like a $600 fee somewhere at one of these bridges, right? I paid $350 US once, right? She says no. Okay, then I read my permit. Okay, we're still following the sign. All trucks to US, no trucks left. Okay. See, I cannot see my line, my lane. And so I'm supposed to call Mackinac Bridge 24 hours in advance. Oops. And that's this morning. So I call them, you know, we chat for a bit. And the lady's very nice, but she says, how wide are you? I say 11.2. Oh, bad news. All loads over 11 feet wide can only cross Monday through Thursday between 4 and 4:30 p.m. I said, excuse me, did you say 8 to 4? She says, no, 4 to 4:30. I thought, I wanted to say, are you kidding? But I know, she's like, works for the bridge and she sounds serious.
In 400 meters, turn left onto Wellington Street West.
And I said, is there anything I should do before I show up at the bridge? Okay, I don't think I should be going in here. Yeah, once I got lost somewhere here, you know? No, yeah, you see? It says turn left. No, I'm turning.
Turn left onto Wellington Street West.
No, it says USA straight. See, sometimes these GPSs, they have no idea what they're talking about. Basically, yeah, I see that. Oh, and there's a sign that says no trucks. Yeah, cool. So no trucks that way. And so yeah, the lady says, yeah, I can take down your information right now. So we spent 10 minutes trying to spell my name over the phone. I start spelling Sergei Dratchev, and she's, so what's your company name? I said, that's my company name. Okay, so we done with Sergei, and then she,
600 meters, turn right onto Huron Street.
and then she says, oh wait, you lost me. I thought that was your last name. I said, no, my last name is different. So we start again. But anyway, after like 10 or 15 minutes only, we managed to do it. Like, it's not my fault. You guys should clean your streets, right? I have no idea where the lanes are, where the lines are, right? So that's why, see, it turns out there's only one lane in here. Not my problem. And so she takes down my name, asks me for my gross weight. I gave her that. So we called to go, and she says, I said, so I can just show up at the bridge? And she says, no, call at 3:30, because if the wind is over 25 miles per hour, you cannot cross. So call to verify that the wind speed is okay. And I'm not kidding you guys. So that bridge is so bad that when you load it, the speed limit I think is 25 miles per hour, because it's so long and it's so old that it's kind of like wind shy. And so I had to call a buyer, the guy in Michigan, gave him the bad news, and he asked me if I need more money. I said, well, if you could, you know, add a little bit extra for the hotel for the weekend, but this is it. So today's Friday, so I can cross into US and I can go 55 miles, but I have to shut down at the bridge, at the big bridge, at the Mackinac Bridge, and wait for Monday, 3:30. And then of course I only have like a couple of hours left to drive. So I told the guy, I said, I'll be there Tuesday, I'm sorry. So they already yeah, the broker prepaid, right? But this guy agreed to, the buyer agreed to give me some money for the wash. I sent him the receipt, so hopefully he'll reimburse me the 70 bucks I paid, or 75 bucks. Truck entrance, Bridge to USA. I think it's over here. This way? USA. Well, you can see that sign over there. The sign is over there. And this thing wants me to, hold on, there's probably guys behind me. That's why I got stuck here sometimes. So which way are trucks going? Oh, I think it's this way. Because why would they put this sign after the intersection, right? Like after this intersection? Wait a second. Trucks to USA.
West on Albert Street west for Allen Street, then turn right onto Allen Street.
Wow, it's definitely over here.
Turn left onto Queen Street west.
Truck entrance here, Bridge to USA. Okay. What? Trucks to USA. To USA. Okay, wow. But how do I get in? Okay. Very nice. Bridge weight limit 72 tons. Oversize, overweight call. I already did that. Wow, this is something new. They didn't have it before. See? Like the GPS would be lost totally. Again, we have a sign to USA. So thank you, Sault Ste. Marie, for very nice signage, you know. And that's your duty free. So basically, especially when you have a big load, you know, if you're not sure, stop. You know why? Because sometimes you cannot turn around, you know. and it's much easier to stop, and there's a stop sign. Funny. Oh, and that's Canadian Customs. Oh, okay. That's for people coming from US. We're gonna yield to this guy, I think, here. And another guy. And another guy. Well, I'm gonna lose my patience sometimes, probably after this red Nissan. Yes, sir. Thank you. But I had to go wide like that because my rear was getting really close to that barrier. And this is it. Bye-bye, Canada. Actually, it's a pretty long bridge. And they charge by the axle. No stopping, no standing. I like that sign. You know, there's only 2 lanes over here. Now imagine if somebody would stop and take some pictures of the scenery of some ships. That would screw up the border, you know, crossing times. Wow, look at that. And I gotta go slow because there was a sign when you overweight, you can only do, I think, what it was, 30 or 35 kilometers an hour, like less than 20 miles per hour. Wow, so much space in here, you know. And once I'm in the middle where the sign says welcome to Michigan, I'm gonna turn off my rooftop light, because in one of my videos I said that once a guy almost gave me a ticket on I-75 because I had my rooftop light. I thought I was the good guy, and he says, "Can I see your permit?" So I show him the permit. He says, "You see, there's nothing here about the light." And I said, "So what are you saying?" "Well, technically I can give you a ticket." Michigan, right? I think it's somewhere here. Somewhere we're in the middle.
Continue straight to stay on Sault Ste. Marie International Bridge.
Yeah, usually when the signs change from kilometers to miles. Yeah, I see over here on the right. And the message on my... Okay, so we are inside US now. And we're gonna stop recording and we'll continue after I clear customs. And we're in US now, for real this time. I had to stop here and go, there's a small truck stop, turns out, right over there, because I didn't have enough change to pay for the toll. You know, when I called on the phone, the lady said I didn't realize that she was talking in US money. She said something like 36, you know, and turns out it was 36 US. And I took 40 bucks Canadian because they do take Canadian currency as well. And I crossed the border. The guy kept me there like for 15 minutes. I thought like he didn't like something about the excavator. Asked me a bunch of questions. Finally he says, good to go. And it's so narrow over there. I managed to squeeze in and out without damaging anything. And then I come to the toll booth, give the guy 40 bucks. He looks at me, he says, in Canadian it's 47. And I said, shoot, I know you don't take cards, right? He says, no. He says, all you can do is just park over here. I'll let you in, but you gotta give me your passport and just walk over behind our building. There's a gas station. And I went over there, and this happened to me once in Port Huron. And I'm thinking, what if the machine does not work? You know, some of them, they just have one ATM, and then basically you're screwed. You have to, I don't know, call a cab, go somewhere, you know. But all that counts is that I made it through the border, international border. You know, that takes a lot of preparation, especially with an oversized load. So despite some minor setbacks, I'm here. So now I'm just gonna drive for less than an hour and shout down at the Mackinac Bridge, and that'll be the end of trucking for the weekend. From somewhere in Michigan, Captain Sergei out. Peace. Have a good weekend, boys and girls. Oh yeah, and my tablet is off. One last thing I wanted to say. My tablet is off because I'm gonna be sitting till Monday, and they will charge me $5 for each day, and I don't really need it. I know the exit number, so I just shut it off till Monday. So now I'm saving $15 Canadian. So Rogers, I'm getting back at you for your high bills. Okay, now that's it.